Alright, so today we are here to learn how to make a lid for our masu box. So, remember our masu box, right, that we made before? Alright, well, we're going to be making a lid for it today, okay? So this is just a plain basic lid, alright? Okay, now, one thing to keep in mind, for your lid to fit your box needs to be an eighth smaller than your lid. Alright, so, I'm going to be using an 8-inch square for my lid, meaning that I needed to have used a 7-inch square for the box for them to fit. Alright? Okay, so. Alright, so. 1 8-inch square, as I said. Alright? So, we're going to start out by folding it into thirds. Alright, which is not exactly an easy thing to do. Alright. Okay. I'm going to unfold it. Alright, now we need to fold it into thirds the other way. Alright? So, luckily, this is a lot easier. So, take a corner, fold it to the crease we've already made. Alright? Crease the corner where the fold was. Alright, and then we're just going to fold it over at that crease. Alright? Flip it over and fold again. See? Alright, now we have our thirds. Okay, so now those are actually going to be reference folds for later. So what we need to do now, okay, is create another set of reference folds. We need creases at the midpoint of each of our 4 sides. Alright, so we're going to fold over, alright, like we're folding in half. Alright, increase the top and the bottom. Alright, so that you have reference crease right here in the middle. We're going to do the same thing the other way. Alright. Alright. Now we're going to use those reference folds and fold our corners to the center. Alright. The sides of each corner should line up with those folds we just made. We're going to need to do this on all 4 sides. Alright, we're going to end up with something like this. Alright. Okay, now we're going to flip it over and do the exact same thing we just did. Alright, so we're going to fold it in half to create our creases at the top and at the bottom. Again, the other way. And then, again, we're going to use those as reference when we fold to the center. Okay. I know mine's not exactly in the center, but it'll work. Alright. Now you should see the lines from those original creases where we folded it in thirds. You need to recrease along those creases on all four sides. Alright. We're going to end up with something like this. Alright. See this? Okay, now we're going to flip it over. Alright. You can see the edges of what will be the top of the lid. Alright, now we're going to need to create the pattern for the lid. So we're going to take these corners from where we folded it in originally and fold out to those edges of what will be the lid. Then we're going to unfold and fold that under to create this. We're going to do this on all four sides. Alright. Alright. So you're going to end up with something like this. Now we're going to flip it back over. Okay. And we're going to unfold two sides, two corners. So we get this. Fold up the other sides. Alright. Okay, so you end up with like this. Now we're going to fold these points in. So we're going to fold it up. Alright, at which point it's going to collapse here. Over and down. Alright. So you end up with, see that? Just like we did for the box. Alright, and we're going to do the same thing the other side. Alright. Fold up. Where at which point it collapses. Over and down. Alright. Now you have your lid. See? Alright. Ta-da! You have a lid for your masu box.